Hi and welcome to our lost estate. I'm down here in the bureau today with a DIY video for you. Since our electrics were finished earlier this year, I can finally build the front wall here of the bureau. I'm going to be building that with metal framework, some insulation and plasterboard. You saw the metal framework up in my how to hang a heavy mirror video. But today I'm actually going to be building it from scratch. Normally with this, you start by attaching your rail to the floor and ceiling, and then sliding in some verticals every 60 centimetres to screw the plasterboard to. Today's job is slightly different from that because I already have the window in place, and I'm going to want my plasterboard to be perfectly flush to that window. So what you'll see is I've actually already started this, where I've attached a vertical to either side of the window and measured to make sure a piece of plasterboard slides perfectly up against the window. That'll then define where my bottom rail and my top rail will need to be. I've already attached the bottom rail to the floor. Next job though is the top rail into the ceiling. Now with these verticals, I found that this top rail aligns perfectly with one of the reinforced beams that run across our house, fixing the current ceiling. Now these beams are made of reinforced concrete and are really difficult to drill up into. Normally, you would secure the ceiling rail with some rawl plugs and some screws. But with this, I've already killed 2 drill bits trying to drill the holes for the rawl plugs in the beam. So I'm going to change plan a little bit on this and drill some shallow holes and use some wooden dowels to screw up into with some shallow screws. Once it's all together with the verticals supporting it, that should be absolutely fine, and we can then attach the plasterboard and the wall will be done. So let's get cracking.
3 weeks later.
So there we have it. I've finally finished putting up the plasterboard on the front of the bureau. It's about 3 weeks later now than when I started. Unfortunately, shortly after starting this work, both myself and Claire came down with COVID. So had a little extra delay than we were anticipating on that one. Thankfully, we've both fully recovered and we're back up and running again. And yeah, it's really nice to finish this one off. You'll see at some point I'll be boxing in the electric boards there, and there's a few little touches just to finish it, but in the grand scheme of things, we're now done with this front wall. Every time we do something like this, it provides its own extra challenges. Although I've put up metal framework and plasterboard before, this one was different. I said earlier about the challenges with the ceiling beams, and we've obviously got this radiator which is in place, which I couldn't move, which caused extra problems. Those problems end up meaning it's never as quick as you want it to be. But I remember that I'm a DIYer. I'm not a professional at this. This is not my livelihood. I don't fit plasterboard for people every day. It's something I'm just doing for restoring our house here in France. And so I'm learning every single time that we go through these things. But it comes up with what I'm very happy with, and also if there are any problems with it, I should know how to fix them going forward, which would be great. Next to this room, as well as boxing in the electrics there, we're actually going to leave the ceiling as it is, as a bit of a nod to its past and history. We'll want to get some flooring put into this room, and some plaster and paint on the walls. But that's going to have to wait a little bit. We've got the room to a point now that we're happy with it, so we'll let this settle and move on to some of the next big projects. The next big project, of course, I've mentioned it a couple of times in the past, is our kitchen, which I'm really excited to get my teeth into. We're hoping to have that so that we're in our new kitchen ready for Christmas. For now though, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.